Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Chef Life with me, Alistair, and today we're here at the lovely Rockello in Castleford.
Thank
My
you.
friend Harry, we've been trading for about a year now, yeah. Pretty much got
Yeah.
introduced by our mutual friend Thomas.
Thomas, that's
He's
it.
now in Greece, unfortunately, but but it's been awesome, weren't we? So I'm really excited to sit down with you. I like how you've taken a different approach to this business in Castleford, which I've grown up around here most of my life, and it's been a challenging town, probably, but this setting, and if you get a chance to visit, guys, is amazing. I think you've done a fabulous job.
I didn't know you've grown up around here.
A little bit in and out here, yeah. Wakey boy, yeah.
Nice.
Now I'm in Barnsley, so I don't know which is worse, to be honest. But yeah, could be worse, could be in Pep. So, but still. But yeah, anyway, tell everyone a little bit about yourself and how you've got here. And
Started young, opened Harry's Burgers and Shakes in Castleford. Oh, actually, before that, worked for my dad.
Yep.
Eastern Spice,
Okay.
one of the first takeaways in
Yeah,
Castleford. 34 years and still going.
Mm-hmm.
So them guys opened up, and then I just learned everything from there. To be honest, 7 years ago, opened Harry's Burgers and Shakes.
Fabulous.
2021.
Yeah.
Saved up every single dime I had. I'm opening a burger and shake parlor place, takeaway, what a little shack,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. And it just took off
Awesome.
from the get-go. It were really, really good. Castleford's very in a box for food, to be honest. There's not much here, and never has been anyone that's really brought something exciting to the town.
Quite cafe-centric, I always joke.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that's been there forever,
Yeah,
and it will be there forever.
that's it.
But there's money in Cass, and there's people in Cass who there's a lot of new housing popped up around
That's
here over
it,
the
yeah,
years,
yeah.
and
Yeah, the amount of people that are travelling from York, work in York,
Yeah.
but live in Cass.
Yeah.
It's like a hub now.
Yeah.
It's Castleford.
well, it's perfect with
It's
motorway.
it's well motorway, yeah. It's right straight on and off junction 32. You've got your escape and stuff. So it's everyone's moving here and working out in like York, Leeds, Selby and stuff like that. So it's a good town and a lot of new housing estates everywhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many people are living here. So it can only mean one thing for businesses.
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
it? So the more people here, the more people hopefully spending in local businesses. So yeah, I took that one step that really, really shook the town.
Awesome.
Really shook the town. They weren't a place doing milkshakes like I did.
Yeah.
They weren't a place doing waffles.
Yeah.
They didn't even know what curly fries were. Cookie dough.
Yeah.
I don't think, apart from Pizza Hut, big chain,
Yeah.
no one did cookie dough. Milkshakes American style, not none of this milk, water,
Yeah.
any strawberry flavoured powder. And
Yeah.
No, it's proper whipping machine.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And then burgers. We built a menu that was no one's seen the burgers that we did. No one did them. So yeah, it really took off. Did well. From there, 7 years later, we bought this in COVID. This building that we're sat in now. So this was an ex-pub,
Yeah.
and I think it's been a pub for over 100 years.
Yeah.
There's been some pictures bought in, and we think, whoa, it's been here that long.
Awesome.
So we bought the building in COVID.
Yeah.
And everyone were like, "You are one madman.
Yeah.
What are you doing?"
Awesome.
And then they heard that I was taking the license off
Right.
and just opening as a cafe, so no alcohol, which is we don't do alcohol because our religion and beliefs and stuff. So it was a big move.
Yeah.
Rattled a lot of people. Everyone was shook again.
Yeah.
So then we opened Rockello. But first, we bought it, stripped the building, started doing it up, and then just before the interior design started, we switched.
Right.
So it was going to be an American diner for Harry's Burgers and Shakes.
Okay.
But then when we come here and the mosaic tiles were in, the bar were in,
Yeah.
the original fireplaces, and I thought, no, how can I turn this to an American diner?
Yeah.
And I could have.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of sticking colour scheme and, some Chevy bumpers and, some mad stuff. And I would have done it, but it needed class.
Yeah, and that's what you.
And then I thought about Castleford and the community.
Yeah.
There's nothing that Castleford's
It's the destination.
got
what
that's
you built here.
got a bit of a class to it.
Yeah.
A bit upper market, a bit more something.
Yeah.
So then last minute we had a word with our chef, Thomas.
Yeah.
Had a little rattle with him and he said, yeah, I can make anything happen. So
certainly can.
if he made anything happen, so we quickly did a little menu sketch. And he says, you guys crack on, finish the place and we'll make this menu rattle. So we got like brioche French toast, no one does it around here.
Yeah.
Homemade American style pancakes, French omelettes.
Yeah.
Acai bowls, if that's how you say it, acai bowls, acai, I don't know. And then just the usual full Englishes, creamy mushroom on toast, stuff like that, and people love it.
But there's something in, so it's really, I have a really beautiful side to my job, which is I get to meet some kick-ass people like yourself, which is awesome.
Thank you.
And I get to meet some awesome chefs like Thomas, Lisa Allen, and some real like sort of top of their game chefs.
Yeah.
And what it always comes down to, I think, is doing the basics really, really well. And I think that's what you deliver here in this setting, which is beautiful. And it's a destination for not just Castleford, but I'd say the broader Wakefield area and stuff. And, you know, I think when you look at your menu, but sometimes I think there's simple's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you're offering a brunchy breakfast option.
Yeah.
Done to a very high standard, not pretentious, chilled, but kick-ass food, lovely setting, nice place to meet your friends, spend time. We were just chatting before we started this around just, you know, easy to park, easy to find. Or you kind of hit the trifecta. But then what I find really interesting what you've done here is that you look at your background, you're from like an established Indian restaurant where you've cut your teeth, family sort of trade, into like an Americana, you know, and then into this, like, you know, where next, brother? Like, that's cool. Like, when you must sit back and look at that and think where you've come from, how you've rolled on.
We don't really take it in, if I'm honest with you.
Should do, man. It's fucking awesome.
When you go, it's like times like this when you start talking about it.
Yeah.
That's when we take it in.
Awesome.
And now you're saying it and we're talking about it, I'm starting to, you see it in a different light.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's always easy looking outside in, isn't it? You know,
100%, 100%. But yeah, I think we need to cut ourselves a little bit of slack.
Yeah, definitely, brother. I think what you built here is beautiful. And again, it's taking, you know, you could have, I assume, taken your family roots, taken over the family restaurant. And let's be honest, a good quality Indian restaurant, which is what
100%.
will always do well.
We do curry nights here, backed by the chefs in the Eastern Spice Takeaway, my dad's takeaway.
Yeah.
Sell out.
Yeah.
Every single one on a Tuesday evening, not a Saturday, not a Sunday. We do over 100 heads.
It's not, but then it is the nation's dish, though, isn't it? Let's be brutally honest. But I just find it really interesting that you had that safety net to a degree, without putting words in your mouth. You took a risk, then another risk, completely different direction. And like you said, you know, you spun on a dime, because we were chatting before we started this around creativity, and I think that's the beauty of people like you. You know, you inspire me and what we do by being like, I've done that. I've done it to a high standard. Let's go again.
If anything, it's a massive buzz.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
Yeah.
I mean, buying a building in COVID.
Yeah.
Then doing it up.
Who wants to live to be
80? We started doing it up when everything was hiking left, right, and centre. Timber were going up. Plaster you couldn't even get. So we were like, what have we done here? But the vision was there. Yeah. Because the vision was there, it was nothing but a buzz. Yeah. Stressful buzz. Yeah. But it was a massive buzz.
But
I loved every minute of it.
That will keep you going into your next project and beyond. And I think that what I find interesting from the people we meet is the people who stay innovative and thinking, survive. I think it's when they stick to that's just what they do.
Yeah.
Eventually the shine wears off, and it's not. And this is the same for us. You know, when we bought this business, we did greasy spoons, and that was it. That is not me, certainly not Rihanna or any of the rest of the team. You know, we've got some great greasy spoon cafes that we work with for years, and they're excellent people, and we enjoy working with them. But that was going to be my sole purpose in life.
See, the thing is, a greasy spoon has got a market.
Yeah.
Americana's got a market.
Absolutely.
A fine dining Michelin star has got a market.
Yeah.
With one place, it's very, very, virtually impossible to market every single. A greasy spoon, you're not going to get your £100 a head Michelin star of people coming in at you.
No.
So it's nice to see every creed, every colour, every business, everything, and just have nothing but an open mind.
Absolutely.
And that, it's amazing in itself.
But then I think the market has changed slightly, where your average consumer, whereas before, say in the 80s, which is my generation, saying how old I am, like, you know, my mum and dad would have eaten a certain type of restaurant, would have aspired to a different type of cuisine, but wouldn't have been able to afford it. Whereas I feel nowadays, people cross boundaries a lot more, and they'll get the work, bacon butty from, you know, Sandra's Greasy Spoon. They'll meet the friends here for something a bit fancy, you know, or a baby shower or a little anniversary date, you know, a bit of brunch, lovely. Then they'll have Harry's Burgers and Shakes on an afternoon. Yeah. You know, and I think people now are more interested in that's what they like because it's kick-ass, not I'll stick in my lane.
I think a lot of it is controlled by social media.
Agreed. Yeah.
The amount of vloggers, bloggers, madness we've got is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And when someone goes into a place and they've got, I don't know, 10,000 followers, and this has happened and that's happened, everyone's just sat on their phones. Yeah. It is sad, but it's reality.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone's sat on their phones. Oh, I'm going here, I'm doing this, and so-and-so's posted it, I'm off there because they've got dry ice smoking out of the table and this happening and that happening, and it's just a madness.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah. But people want their own slice. That's the thing, like, and you find our biggest way of finding new customers almost and chefs we want to work with is Instagram. It's really weird for a 40-plus-year-old guy. I spend the majority of my day on Instagram chatting to chefs, which I'd never, rewind the clock 10 years ago, I'd never have been thinking that I'd be doing that. But then I think it's such an easy way to share and find new ideas, and then equally, wow, you know, Bob's tried that, I want to try there or whatever. And to your point, keeping it fresh all the time, new ideas.
I think one thing I was wowed with when we came to see yourself with Thomas is the service for one.
Oh, cheers, brother.
Second to none.
Yeah, thank you.
And the taster session.
Yeah.
I couldn't even pronounce half of the stuff you had.
Doesn't help with Thomas.
It was crazy, out of this world, never seen it.
Awesome.
And even if I didn't want to buy anything from you, I'd still buy from you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And that was just because of that homely service.
But then we've tried to, and it's really helped with Rianne. She gets good ideas out of my head. She might not think they're good ideas. But I think we figured out what we are, and it's taken us a long time. But we're a creative company for creative people.
Yeah.
So, and that's people like you inspire me with what you've done here, and then, you know, the background is how you've got here and where you'll probably go from here, because you'll push us.
Yeah.
Because you'll do something bananas next time, and I'll have to go and find a full new range for it, which will be interesting, keep me excited.
And the fact that you will go find that full range is why we'd stay with you, and why we'd use you, and why we'd get more people on board.
But it's the same to the point you were making earlier there. What we've also noticed in the last year, again, like fine tuning who we are. I'm more interested in a smaller client base that we work hand in hand with, because it keeps me excited. You know, I'm big on. From a personal perspective, I'm big on like seeing people you like succeed, and that drives me. And you know, I think we've got a nice little crew.
It's personal.
Absolutely, brother.
Personal.
Absolutely.
It's nice to be like that as well. It's nice to have that relationship.
Absolutely.
So many people, like for example, you go Costco. Yeah. You don't know anyone.
Yeah.
They're all there to do a job.
Yeah.
They might say hello to you. They might not.
Yeah. There's some good people there too, but it's just. It's different.
It's different, all different.
Yeah.
Cash and carry, big scale, American companies, all madness.
Yeah.
But with yourself, it's nice, small, and personal.
Yeah. But then I get pleasure seeing like your medium people eating here. Because we're part of that journey, you know. And in my weird little head, I'm like, oh, cool. You know, like, you know, it's just little things. But so what have you learned? So obviously you opened this sort of during COVID, you were building it up. And what have you learned in terms of difference between when you launched Harry's and this?
Total different clientele for one. Kids went crazy about that place.
Yeah.
Milkshakes, dessert, sweet stuff. They went mad. And this one, in the same town, but so many different faces.
Nice. Okay.
And a lot of people travelling.
Yeah.
Now, there were a lot of youngsters travelling from York and Selby and out of areas to Harry's. But here, people like from Aquaff, Darrington, Pontefract, nice areas, Leeds.
Yeah.
Travelling across here. And I've never seen them before. And I've been here most of my life.
Yeah,
you know, from young age, I've been here. and I virtually know everyone if I'm driving around us.
Yeah.
Hey, up, you're like, you know everything, but it's rattled a different niche, different clientele, different people. It's a whole different monster.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
And what challenges have you faced with this that you didn't think you'd have? Outside of COVID stuff, obviously.
Staff.
Yeah.
We have a few staff that's been with us from day one. Amazing.
Yeah.
Spot on. Really put effort in, really work hard. Then there's been a few where the day before we were opening, a chef didn't turn up.
Jeez.
So the chef that we had planned, let's start rattling, let's get prepped, let's get sorted, we're opening tomorrow, he didn't turn up.
Oh, jeez.
So that's where Thomas really bailed us out.
Yeah.
If we didn't have Thomas, we would have been in a
He's a man.
sticky place. But nothing but love to him.
Yeah.
Staffing, electric shuttle, big style. Recently, it's just literally come back down. That was a big hit.
Yeah.
And then with fuel, everything goes up.
Yeah.
But if I'm honest with you, nothing's really put me off.
Yeah.
100%. Nothing's put me off. And nothing's really... You ride the wave.
Yeah.
And that's all we've done. Now we're getting to a point where the Rockello name's getting out there.
Good brand, man.
It's
yeah,
getting
really
out there.
established that.
It's I'm putting a lot more banners up in nice areas, busy roads. People are messaging us, I've just seen this, I've just seen that, and I'm doing this and doing that, and this, that, the other. It's becoming to what I expected, quick.
Nice.
Really quick.
Because really, if you think about it, being open 2 years?
A year.
Jeez.
And this is what I mean.
Yeah.
From opening, it was good.
Yeah.
But I didn't push it.
Yeah.
I made a promo video and I've just launched it about 2 months ago. And that was my opening video.
Yeah.
And we couldn't launch it because we had a problem with coffee staff, barista, then chef, then couldn't find a chef, then we found a chef and he's left us and this has happened, that's happened. We had an handful, but we didn't have a solid big team to do what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Now it's coming to that point.
Nice.
Now it's coming to a point where we're really rattling it.
Yeah.
And nearly Saturday, Sunday, nearly up to 10 staff, 12 staff. So
it's really good, man.
Yeah. It's really rattling 6 in, 6 out nearly.
But you see, it's interesting. So we work with, like in terms of similar spots to you guys, work with the Old George in Barnsley. But where I see a synergy with you and them is they're always pushing. Like you've just done the Courtyard Dairy, the nice ice creams and a bit of a funky vibe out there. They're always doing something new. But then there's other customers historically that work with, and again, they sit still. The kind of things are good. Yeah. Cracked it. Let's go on holiday. Let's chill. Yeah. Whereas it's that you've just that pushing forward, but then that leads on to something else, and you can see it growing. But I think the customer comes back for that as well because they're seeing not just changes in the menu and new foods to discover and flavours, but equally, what's new this week in terms of drinks or environment and stuff.
See, the thing with my brain, just me personally, it don't stop.
Nice.
So when it comes to ideas about food, I leave that most to the chefs, and I add a little bit. Yeah. But the site itself, there's always something going on in my head. Nice. And if I don't implement it and try it,
you don't know.
It's simple, you don't know. Yeah. So I'll always do something new. Like we've just nearly spent 10k in the back courtyard.
Yeah. It's lovely though. You've done a really good job.
It looks amazing. It looks spot on. But Rockello itself, the cafe, is getting that busy. I can't even push that. Yeah. I cannot put my full 100% on that. And it's the same thing. Yeah. It's same.
But then I think that's from a consumer perspective. I think that's cool because it's discovery. So I'll turn up, and it's a discovery. Like I feel Farmer Cockley's used to do that. It's been wakey chat here. People that are around Wakefield. There always used to be something new, whereas I think probably with COVID stuff, they've slowed down on that a bit. But that was always a reason to go on a Sunday because there was something new. And the same here, like, oh, cool, that's new to the menu. Oh, cool, look at this,
And if you stop, like you said, there's some places that just stand still. Customers just get bored.
Absolutely.
Oh, is that it?
There's a lot of choice.
Is that it? And the more places that are opening up, the more they've got to try. But if you're not changing things up, moving up a level, they'll just go there and try this, try that, instead of having a customer base and a regular customer base that comes back, wants to try X, wants to try Y, I wanted to try Z because you've got it here.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I built this place, it's 4-story building, it's massive.
Yeah.
But I always envisioned it to be a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Now this room that we're sat in,
Yeah.
has got a different planning than the cafe.
Right.
So this room was going to be an American candy store.
Yeah. Okay.
For the American diner.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So even this, I could change it into anything A1 planning. You know. So there's still avenues that I can hit, but you can't put all your cards on the table too soon.
No, and if things are rocking, you know, you can just drip feed those plans in.
That's it. A year later, we did the courtyard. So next year, 6 months, there'll be something else coming in.
Awesome.
And then something else, and so forth.
And how do you find with the menu? So I think, again, what I really like, you can tell from how your brain works, and equally I assume Thomas's input, like the acai bowls, you know, that's quite innovative for Cass, being brutally honest. But it's a great, you know, that's to me is a destination. I'd go for an acai bowl because they're awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't really get them anywhere. Not proper acai like you guys do. And do you find those sorts of little tweaks on your menu, is that bringing people in, just, you know, the revisit for that item, or?
100%.
Awesome.
Now I've got fitness fanatics that just come in here for acai bowls.
Yeah, it's big in the cross.
So they go gym.
Yeah.
Straight here. They go for a walk. Straight here. Go for a jog, and they straight here. Flat white coffee and acai bowl.
Nice.
But it's like you said, for Cass, no one does them.
No.
I couldn't even pronounce the name.
Yeah.
Me and Thomas had a little rattle, and we were like, I don't think that's going to work for Cass. I says, I know, but I want you to do it.
Yeah.
Let's just
it's Instagram
get it on.
Bits for you guys.
Get it on.
Yeah.
And I don't even know where I tried it, to be honest with you, but I tried it somewhere. I can't pinpoint it. And I was like, wow, that is so fresh.
Yeah.
So it was just wow.
Oh, it's a great secret in the world. Then it's funny, you go to, so I used to work for Amazon back in the day, who do the acai, but you go to California, it's everywhere. Whereas in this country, bar London, it's hard to get hold of, and it's great.
So I tried it, and then a lot of my friends are rugby players from Oz.
Yeah.
And I ran it past them, and I says, I want to do this, and they were like, yeah, make sure you do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
and make it this, make it that, and we'll be in for that all the time.
Yeah.
So then they were backing it. Thomas were like, yeah, I'll get it sorted for you.
Yeah.
And then you guys sourced it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
On it.
It's not, but I think that's the same with like your French toast and stuff. You know, I think it's interesting how you've got these unusual items for the locality. You know, you've booked the locality trend, and I like that how you did with Harry's, as you've explained, and then what you're doing here in terms of introducing. You know, you're putting your flag in the hill, aren't you? In terms of, this is what we're doing, take it or leave it. But then, do you see, in terms of that menu development with the brand, because I think your menu, you've mirrored the menu and the branding very well, where they marry. Bill George was the same, in fairness to those guys too. But it's amazing how many places don't. Do you think, as Rockello develops further, do you think you'll develop that menu out? Or have you got some like stalwarts on there, you're like, no, we've nailed it here, and here? Different things you want to try or do, or do you just out there for inspiration and you'll give it a whirl? And
I think the menu for the cafe is pretty solid.
Yeah,
it's a good menu, but you always have a specials board.
Yeah.
So I think we'll try anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely anything, and give it a whirl.
Yeah.
And keep it different. But like now, I think we've had Persian eggs.
Yeah.
Everyone loves them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Shakshuka.
Yeah.
The weekend we launched shakshuka in the cafe, it sold more than full Englishes.
Really? It's awesome.
It was mad.
Yeah.
And so many people didn't even know what it was, but they tried it.
Yeah.
The lamb sausages we use, they're out of this world, and I know that's a bit thing coming from myself, but
oh, they are. Yeah.
Spot on. Yeah. And it's a real big seller. Now, if I went to the menu and I thought, oh, I can take that out, I can't pick an item where I can take it out because everything sells well. The omelettes, French omelettes, build your own option.
Yeah.
I seen that in America somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm sure I was in Vegas, and I seen that, and I was like, oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Normally, it's built, done. And then Thomas put a French omelette on, which is very pale. When I see an omelette, it's well done, nice cooked.
Yeah.
But it was pale, cooked, obviously.
Yeah.
but totally different to any omelette I've had.
Yeah.
Then it's caramelized onion,
Yeah.
is salt confit tomatoes. How he does everything was totally different. How he's built it for us is just out of this world.
Yeah.
But once we combined it, omelettes fly out.
Love it.
They absolutely fly out.
I love that he's
everything
still influencing from Greece
Oh,
today.
he messages us.
awesome.
He messages all the time.
It's that
I like this. I like that. You sort this out. Sort that out. That's not up to scratch. So he's he's a man.
Oh, you're a good lad, man. Right?
Proper.
And then do I really find interesting, we talk about a lot of these podcasts, is growing up in your dad's restaurant, have you taken influences from him in the menu? I know you said that you're more design focused, but in the menu and how you approach things, you take things you like reminisce about from your childhood there and some of those influences in his food?
See, everything I did in my dad's were wing it.
Yeah.
Try it, wing it, try it, wing it, try it, wing it. I can remember once, and I don't know why I remember this. I made a strawberry flavoured patia.
Right, okay.
Now, a patia is a curry that's yogurt based,
Yeah.
and I put strawberry yogurt in it.
Right.
And they were all looking at me like, what are you doing? And how are you even eating that? And with me, they didn't even try it because they were thought, no, that's not us.
Yeah.
With me, I'll try anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely anything. I'll give it a go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it don't.
Nice.
So I've got mad brain.
Nice.
A mad brain. So anything goes, anything happens, you try it and then you get the answer.
And but do you think that comes from seeing your family in the restaurant as a kid?
I think it comes from in my younger years, I did a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
Not necessarily out of UK, just up and down this country.
Yeah.
From Scotland down to London, to Birmingham, to Nottingham, to Leicester, Manchester. We used to be there 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And going to these main cities is where the newbies come.
Yeah.
Everyone's new. The hype, this is happening, that's happening. We spent a lot of time on Curry Mile.
Right.
Rushion. And the amount of businesses that opened there and the amount of different kind of businesses. Yeah. And all we did was just eat. Eat.
I think there's a, to say curry's a nation's favourite dish, there's a lack of understanding of the different areas and then different influences that go into different types of curries and stuff, which I always find it's like my favourite food, so I find it quite interesting. But it's, do you find, what got your dad into that? Was it through his dad or? I
think my granddad bought the building off someone, off a friend of his, and he says, I want to set my sons up with something.
Wow.
Because my granddad came over here and he did a lot of mills, ironmongery, and you know.
So was your granddad first generation?
Yeah.
So you go, wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's it. But if you just take a minute to look back, so you're 3 generations, you'll be 3rd generation. Like what you've achieved. Fucking awesome.
What we've achieved is awesome.
In that time frame, if you take it in years,
100 million %. But what my granddad did as a one-man army.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
If we go back to Pakistan,
yeah,
my whole generation doesn't even need to work and they can just go live there.
Crazy. Man.
That's how much he's built. Different caliber.
But down to, I take a lot from my dad's work ethic, because he built something from nothing, basically, sort of from Dundee. But then I always like learning, like seeing that journey. Like, your dad will have got his work ethic from your granddad. Yeah. You've obviously got it from both of them. Like, and then your son and daughter.
Oh, we're all grafters. Yeah. Every single one of us.
Phenomenal.
My brothers, my cousins, dad, uncles. All we know is graft.
Yeah.
Like our eldest brother's educated.
Yeah.
He did a bit of this, bit of that, but we all somehow go try something, as in working for someone, or I've never worked for anyone else.
Yeah.
Or go study or something, but we just get dragged back to these businesses.
Yeah.
We are. It's our lifestyle. Our lifestyle is what we know, what we do. It's simple as that. But my granddad, when he came, he had to work for someone.
Yeah.
When he worked in the buses, it were a very big racial problem for him. He had a lot of problems and a lot of difficulties. So his dying wish was none of his offspring work for someone else.
Yeah. Awesome.
If you look at me, my brothers, my cousins, we must have at least 15 businesses between us. At least. So it's It's what he built. He paved the way,
Yeah.
and what he built for us is just phenomenal.
And do you think with that influence, do you see, because I know you talked about curry nights there, do you see at some point maybe doing your take on a curry house, doing your take on that cuisine in a restaurant setting?
For me, food-wise, I'm going to stop here.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to stop at Rockello, and I'm going to try every single cuisine you can think of.
Right, fabulous, okay.
Like, we're just speaking to the chefs, and we're on about a Mexican night and a Thai night.
Yeah.
We've done a curry night, we've done a steak night, we've done just started Sunday lunches once a month. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to turn this into a hub.
Awesome.
And it's going to be whatever goes, whatever we try, whatever comes in our brains, we're going to do it. And that's that.
Love it.
Where my future is, I think I'm going to go down what my granddad did.
Yeah.
He built an empire. So
Yeah.
I'm going to carry on building that empire.
Brilliant, brilliant.
So whether that's properties, whether that's commercial property, residential, I think building properties is where I'm going to sort of go. But my sole focus is going to be Rockello.
Awesome, brother.
I don't think there's going to be another. Well, I might jinx myself, and there might be. There probably isn't going to be another big project from me.
Till next year.
So I say. But I'm going to do everything here. It's.
Well, I say you've got the space, you've got the flexibility.
Exactly, the space.
Yeah.
There's not a cafe in Castleford that's got 100 seats.
And your kitchen's kick ass.
The
That's
kitchen's
better than some of the restaurant kitchens we do.
huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
And working in Ali's Burgers and Shakes, oh my good God, it's cramped.
Yeah.
It's a long kitchen, but we stood on top of each other.
Yeah.
Like, it works.
Yeah.
We made it work.
Yeah.
But this one, I thought I'm
Splash.
having a football field in there to work in. Proper quality salad section.
Oh, no joke.
Grill section, fryer section, rational oven.
Yeah.
Nice little island, works as a pass.
Yeah.
And then a full separate section for wash.
Yeah.
And it just works a dream.
Oh, no joke. It's triple the size from the Michelin star kitchens we were. Like it's bananas the big. And like the equipment in there is top notch. You know, like clean down's phenomenal. Like it's just great. It's just similar to the rest of the building. It's top notch.
Yeah.
But and like,
I think that was very important this time.
Yeah.
Because I thought
it gives you the flexibility to do different things.
Exactly. I thought if I am going to have the vision that I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, it needs to be a kitchen where, for me to do an Indian night, I need to spend another $3,000 on this, another $4,000 on this. I need to get this machine in and I need to go buy that. No.
Yeah.
I'm going to build it once and for all.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
So it cost me a lot more money.
Yeah.
But I put everything in that I needed for everything.
You future-proofed yourself, though.
100%.
Yeah. It's and
that's
one smart way to
one of the best things I did.
Yeah, and that is we see across some of our other restaurant customers where they're either very established but they've not reinvested into kit. That's their biggest, because if something goes down, big expensive. We're saying with us with our fridge freezers, you know, we just have the new ones put in, but you know, if they go down, that's a big problem and it's a big spend. You've got to find that money, you know. Whereas I think if you invest in your kit up front, you've got more.
Your fridge freezers, just with your stocking, is a couple of G's a week.
Easy, yeah.
With you guys, it's tens of thousands.
Yeah.
So if you've got pallet loads of everything, that freezer needs to be ticking well.
Yeah, it's a problem. But it's no, man. Again, I think sort of where I'm getting the vibe is, you know, I suppose the beauty is thinking about it, you can take the Rockello brand and you can bolt on and bolt off and take it up and down and left and right, wherever you want to go with that in terms of cuisine.
Yeah.
And I think there's a thing of beauty with that. And equally, I think your setting here lends itself to you can do fine dining in here.
Yeah.
Or you can carry on as a nice brunch spot, or you know, whatever you want to do, you can do it. It's kind of a bit neutral,
100%.
but you know, destination in terms of you want.
See, the front style, I did this as a nice cafe.
Yeah.
The back style, that orange room.
Yeah.
The reason why I did it orange and gold, and it was Pan-Asia.
Yeah.
This one here was a bit more pub style, bit of class with the gold, but dark green.
It's nice.
And I think I got that from a spa I went to.
Right, okay.
I went to Grantley Hall.
Yeah, we do them. Yeah, phenomenal place.
I went to Grantley Hall and I was just in
something else. Yeah.
Oh my good God.
I think the problem, I love Grantley Hall and love the guys in there and stuff, she's kick ass. But the drive to Grantley Hall down the private road makes me realise how poor I am.
The drive, when you pull up at the front door and all you can see is Rolls Royces.
Oh,
It's
Part around the
madness.
back, shall I?
That place, the service,
Oh,
the food,
phenomenal.
the rooms, the spa, the everything
Yeah.
was the closest thing I've got to in this country
Yeah.
to Dubai.
Yeah.
And the fact that I got all that here,
Yeah.
I was just wowed.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. But then it's the little touches I like Grantley Hall. It sounds silly, but like it's a guy at the gatehouse with a little cap. We've all got the tweed on. It's all matched. I'm like, oh.
It makes it that experience.
Yeah.
I'm sure we were in the room on the evening getting ready to go. No, we had a meal and went back up.
Yeah.
And just getting ready for bed. And I think I just switched TV on. I couldn't find TV.
Yeah.
So there, I was looking to switch the TV on. I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's the TV? Press a button, a frame rolls up, and the TV's behind the picture frame. And I was like, are you having a laugh? Then we get someone knocking at the door. Yeah. I can't even remember the exact term he used. Turn down?
Turn down service, yeah.
Oh, what is that? So I had to speak to him and ask him what it was. And he was like, no, I'm fine. I'll sort my own bed out. You don't need to worry about that.
Gas, mate, what do you want?
And I was like, wow.
Yeah,
This is something else. Yeah. And then from there, I followed him on Instagram, followed him on social. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm nowhere near that level. That level is up there. But I took a little bit.
Yeah.
I took a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now, when you come to Rockello, every single table gets cold water with a slice of lemon in it.
Yeah.
Complimentary.
Yeah.
When you get a bill, you get a Werther's original. Nice. Every single time, unless we've run out. Every single time. Now that place taught me that it's not about the money.
Yeah.
It taught me when I'm there, like I tell you, I'm mad.
Yeah.
And I take in crazy stuff. I'm on a spa with my wife, and what I'm taking in and what she's experiencing is two different things. But I took in a lot from service-wise.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, you've got to have deep pockets to go there. We're expensive. But what I learned and implemented into my business, forget about it.
But that's it though, man. But that's the beauty. It's taking things you like that you want to push. And let's be fair, you know, if I've got my last £20 to spend here, or £30 to spend here, or I've got $1 million to spend there, it's still as important to each person. To the service level matters no matter where you are.
Yeah.
And again, going back to some of our grease spoons, one of our customers, Happy Bees, Helen, love it a bit. Her service is second to none. You know, for a grease, she's phenomenal. All the girls in there are phenomenal and stuff. You would eat, food's great, but it's a lot of building. You know, it's builder's cap, but it's just as good as Grant Hill service, in my opinion. You know, it's back to the original point you made a little bit ago around, you know, it's the market. That market, whichever segment you're in, wants the best. And if your experience is better than the next guy, they'll come back. Same with how we operate. We do.
100%.
You know, but it's interesting you take those things from Grantley Hall, because sometimes we look at them differently. So I look at how they're presenting the food.
Yeah.
And like, where's Samira going?
Oh, I hadn't even got to that part yet.
Yeah.
That's just a different.
Yeah.
We went back for a meal in the 88.
Yeah, that's what we do. Samira's all our stuff from
8 course taster menu I had. Oh my good God.
Yeah, it was good.
Need I say more?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why that room's orange.
Nice.
That room's green, and this is a cafe style, because I think they've got like a lot going on. They've got the space.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And they've got everything else that goes with it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a little bit of that. Yeah, I'm going to put it in here and see how it rattles.
Yeah.
And different cuisines and different styles, and it just, everything goes.
Yeah.
So like you said, it's very neutral.
Yeah, it is. But it's a nice neutral space. Yeah. You see, whereas I find Grantley Hall, historically I wouldn't choose to eat there because it's not my scene. I don't like the button up. I think because I wore a suit for so long, everything about that kind, it does nothing for me. Whereas here is more my vibe because it's relaxed but nice. Do you know what I mean? It's that.
See, you know, as an owner, my favourite cuisine is Italian.
Yeah.
I love Italian.
Yeah.
Pizza, pasta, lasagna, I'm on it.
Yeah.
But you've got to push yourself into stuff you don't like.
Absolutely.
You've got to push yourself into experiences that you think, oh no, I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
You've got to go do it, because as much as you're there for whatever, but what comes off it is totally different. Absolutely. Now, when I was in Grantley Hall Spa, the people I got talking to were unbelievable. Now, I'm a businessman, and I don't want to name drop, and I don't want to put anyone's name out there that I was speaking to, but I'm a 28-year-old businessman.
Yeah.
The guy that I was speaking to and helped sort his locker out just sold his business for 60 million.
Fair dues, man. Yeah.
How was that explainable?
Yeah.
So there's some next level people out there. And there's people that sit in these places that, even if you take a little bit from, it opens your mind because they've been there. They don't. Now, for people to go to Grantley Hall, you've got to have money.
Yeah.
You've got to have money. You've got to want that sort of vibe. You've got to be there, do that, blah, 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 blah. It's that. But for us, for me, it was just that experience. I want to go there. I want to see what's going on. But the conversations I had with people, it was just out of this world.
But then you just mentioned there, which I like, the vibe thing. So what I've learned meeting people like yourself and Samira at Grantley Hall and stuff, what I found in myself is I like people's vibe.
Yeah.
So I like the vibe here, and I would come here for the vibe, and then the food. So we did a podcast with Mark at the Owl, and my favourite sort of takeaway phrase from that is, like, I'll try new things now because I ain't the pilot, I'm telling you how to fly the plane, but it's down to the chef. It's what are they going to deliver for me experientially, and I'll try new things to see how they think lamb should be cooked, or, how a tagine should be done, or how an acai bowl should be done, rather than my view of it, because I ain't a chef. And I think as a customer, when you start approaching things that way, you have a much better overall experience, not just in your settings, but more in what you're paying for with your money in terms of your food. And I think from a restaurateur perspective, if you can deliver that experience like you guys do here, on a Grantley Hall style level, it's cool service, nice, people feel welcomed and looked after and waited upon, and then you kill them with the food as well. Why? Because they're coming back.
And why I agree with that is the amount of customers we've built in 1 year, regular customers, unbelievable.
Yeah, but it's a nice spot. But then this is what I really, the George kind of were the first guys who opened me up to this quite a lot, was Gareth and Andrew. Love them there, lovely people, but they know, I'd say 95% of people walk through their door and they're courteous and ask them how they're doing, and all that, and it was really welcoming.
Very, very important.
But then saying, like, all our drivers when they come here, and we've had the spate of some new drivers recently, they all love you, bro, and all the guys. I'm like, but you're all like, but you can see that goes past the restaurant into just how you are as human beings. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, another thing is how we've been brought up.
Yeah,
is treat everyone the same.
Yeah.
Whether there's a guy pushing driving a garbage truck, a guy working in an accountancy firm, a guy just cleaning the streets, a guy doing this, whatever, male, female, whatever, creed, colour, anything. Treat everyone with respect.
Absolutely.
Everyone.
Absolutely.
And our religion teaches us. Even a smile is charity.
Yeah, absolutely.
A smile, just smiling at someone.
Yeah, it's not. But then what I found interesting in my end of this sort of service industry is the amount of people I find in your position that don't like people. And I find that so strange. Because that's what you've been called to do. You've got to be interested in people and be smiley and
You've got to.
Have that interaction. Or some of them, I think, whether they're beat down with the business, not what they expect, whatever the reason, it's just miserable sons of guns. And you're like, what are you doing, man? Go, work somewhere where there's no people involved.
You can't do that. You've got to be, if you want to open this sort of business and be in hospitality, you've got to be the man. You've got to be the woman.
But then don't you find, I find with some of those people as well, though, that it's everyone else's fault that the place isn't doing well, or this, that, and the other. And I'm like, but you drive that train off and off.
To be a leader in life, you've got to go back to if a problem occurs, you go to yourself first. To be a leader. You go to yourself and then you go to your team.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I do a lot.
Yeah. No, it's the right way.
I take the hit first myself.
Yeah.
And then I think, what could have I done to prevent that problem?
Yeah.
And then go further.
Yeah.
And that's leadership, just standard.
Absolutely.
It's the way it is.
And just going back to the food for a minute. So have you, with people with launching these new dishes here, have you found how accepting of the customers being of trying something new? Or have they started off on full English and then moved on to, I'll try the brioche, and then I'll try an acai bowl?
the customers here, I think they've become a lot more open-minded.
Yeah.
Because even if they don't order it, we'll always give a little bit of something.
Right, got you.
So if we're cooking something totally different to what they've ordered,
Yeah.
we might just give them a little sample. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's X, Y, and Z, and I'm having that next time. And simple as that.
Nice touch.
And we've done that. We've done that quite a few times, especially with our regulars.
Yeah.
And now they come to a point where just tell chefs I'm in, tell them to make us anything.
Awesome.
And we're getting quite a few customers during the week. Weekends is a bit full on, but during the week they come in every Thursday, for example.
Yeah, that's their spot.
Tell chefs we're in, and make us whatever they want.
That's a nice touch, though. People like that.
That's,
But then that's back to the Granley Hall thing, isn't it? Because it's their spot, it's their table.
Yeah.
You know, Bob knows what I like, type thing. Like, that's a nice touch.
I've had customers come in here, and if their table's taken, they actually get upset. And I'm like, I'm really sorry, I didn't know you were coming, or I'm really whatever. But they don't mean it. But
Yeah.
they're like, oh, my table's taken.
That's testament, though, to the brand you're building here. Like, because they ain't going anywhere else. They're coming here, and their money's getting spent here.
And then I'm like, yeah, give me 5 minutes. I think they're leaving, or I think they're this. I can't push anyone on, but just give me 5 minutes. I'll sort it out.
Oh, that's awesome, brother.
But it's good, man. I like it.
That's good.
I like it. I really, really like it.
I really like how you've moved. Like, my takeaways from this are, you know, that sort of growing up in quite a fast-paced little thing, you know, which I imagine your parents are quite traditional in how they built that restaurant up, especially during that era, to Harry's Baby Shakes, which is a bit crazy. And if you look back now, everywhere is flipping cookie dough. I almost think it's played out to a degree. And then into this, which is a completely different game changer with that. And that's that, you know, that innovation all the time.
I think in life, you've got to be different, one.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, you're just the same.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's the same as everyone else.
Yeah.
One. Second thing is you've got to have some balls.
Yeah.
You've got to have some balls. And if you want to do something, do it.
Yeah.
Don't just say it. There's so many people in life that just talk about it.
Yeah.
If you genuinely put your 100% efforts into something and master it, or come close to mastering it, and then work on it and master it, you're there.
Yeah.
In my eyes, you're there.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't do it. I'll try this and I'll try that, and I'm not bothered.
But don't you feel, though, as I've got older, because I'm so old now, Jesus, I'm deep in midlife crisis, hence all the different training. But like, I've kind of found that I think everyone's their own artist, but not everyone's found their own paintbrush. Do you know what I mean? And like, whereas some of the chefs speak to today is food and how they create, and I think yours is ideas and like connected to food, but how you launch that and stuff. And I think that's really interesting. That keeps us going, because I think that's where we kind of fell upon the creativity side of things in terms of how we want our business to look and, you know, approach you guys. Is that's important to us because you'll keep us creative. And I think if you can harness that and know that's your gig and your brother's in the kitchen, you get the right people in your team to do the right things.
It's personal.
Of course
it's personal. If you know what you're good at, you know this is my upper strength, this is my upper strength, I'm not too good at that. Once you know yourself, basically.
Absolutely.
Just put that to use, basically.
Yeah, man.
But more on the entrepreneur side, the business side, try anything.
Yeah.
It don't have to be massive risk where I'm putting 50 grand into this.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to work. Just build up.
Yeah.
You can always start from nothing. You can always start from home.
Yeah.
You can always start from home. How many inspectors at council just allow you to do a setup? If it's right, they come check it and then you can do it. In the food industry.
Yeah.
How many bakers do we know that do it from home? You can try anything from home.
Yeah.
Build your name, build your brand. Take it further.
But again, it's consistency, isn't it?
That's it.
Like, that's the thing. Like, you know, what's that phrase? Do you ever seen that Denzel Washington's cheese? That Denzel Washington speech where he's like, you know, without a dream you'll never start, but without consistency you'll never finish. And that's the thing in anything, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have an idea, but either don't, to your point, have the balls. Or the consistency. And you see it in a lot of the chefs as well. Like, you know, when you look at some of the guys we've worked with or work with, like, what they've been through to get to where they are, like Nathan at the White Hart, I mean, he just pushes himself all the time, saying Will Webster and stuff. They're just constantly trying, constantly evolving, constantly
you've got to.
next level. And yeah, kick ass, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Live it, breathe it, you know, literally eat it.
Yeah.
It's,
I'm not a chef,
yeah,
but even when I'm in the kitchen,
yeah,
I'll try anything.
yeah.
And it's
You've got that back,
always
it's in your roots, though, isn't it? It's in your
it's
DNA.
it's in my roots, and I've run my dad's place for 6 years. I've run Harry's for 6 years. I've done every aspect of the business, whether it's fryer, grill, desserts, front, waiting, coffee, barista. I didn't even know how to make a coffee.
Yeah.
I opened this place and I didn't know how to use a coffee machine. Mad as that.
It's a skill set.
But I can knock a good coffee up. I think
certainly
so.
can, my man. And a hot chocolate.
So it's learning it all.
Yeah, man.
Covering it all.
Yeah.
As an owner.
That's it though. But you know the DNA. Why? When I bought Cottage Foods, I was back from a corporate background, and my idea of fixing a problem was throwing money at it. Realised very quickly I'm running out of money doing that. But now there is nothing in that business I cannot do apart from Rianne's funky stuff because she's the bomb. But I need to know it because I want to lead from the front, and secondly, it's my baby. Yeah, so if you've got a problem with something, I know how to fix that problem. And I can't be like, oh, fuck, I don't know. But it's key, you know. And then how do you, to your point with the barista service, like, how do you show your guys this is how I want our coffee served because this is your brand and this is a customer experience? Back to the Grantley Hall thing, you know, it's important.
A good friend I was Barry, Recent Beans. He owns a coffee rotisserie, is it called?
Yeah.
Where they roast coffees and stuff like that, beans, and that guy is a whiz. He's a whiz. And when we opened up here, through a friend of mine, Jesse, rugby player, and he knew Barry, and nothing's a problem, Barry.
Yeah.
If you need anything, I'll be here.
Yeah.
And he stood by that, which means a lot.
Important, man.
To me, it meant a lot.
Yeah.
Now, the day my barista left me on a Sunday and has told me he's not coming in on a Tuesday, and he were doing swans in the coffees, and he were doing this and he were doing that, and an hour later I was down at the coffee shop where they were roasting coffees on his coffee machine, getting taught by Barry, the owner.
Nice.
Who does that for you?
Yeah.
They closed up 6 o'clock, ready to go home, done. I made one phone call, I was there. Tuesday I was knocking coffees out.
Yeah, that's what you want. But then but by learning that skill set, you can then, if you've got Tina or Bob or Dave or whoever coming in, you can show them, this is my standard, this is what we do.
A lot of a skill like that in barista is the more you try, the better you'll get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I can remember that night I was on YouTube watching this American guy and this person and that person and how he does this and how he froths milk and how he makes it silky.
YouTube's the greatest teacher.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Next day I was knocking them out the front door, do you know what I mean? So, def 100%. Once you know it, you can teach, you can get it right.
Yeah, and again, it's that leading. It's a brand expectation. So all the way back to your Grantley Hall stuff, you know, like they've set things out a certain way, and I guarantee there'll be people in that business who know everything about that business, and that's the experience they want you to have when you go, me to have when I go, Rihanna to have when she goes. You know, it's got to be almost carbon copy because it's money, whether it's here or there or my place or wherever. You know, that's important.
100%. And it goes back to what you said, consistency.
That's the key.
If one person's making them a certain way and then the other one comes another way, then customers are not going to like it because they're used to whatever you're giving, your regular. Yeah. And then someone switches off. You can lose customers like that very easily.
Like, in my side of this industry, you know, like finding people like yourself is difficult because a lot of it's who you know. And I don't want you to have a good experience 4 times out of 5 because you spend a lot of money with me. I want you to have a good experience 5 times out of 5 because it's important for you then to pass that experience on to your customers. And sometimes it's where we've had challenges finding drivers recently, but it's getting that consistency of people that they understand this is our expectation for the service level. This is what Harry expects because he's hopefully got to know that from us. Nothing subpar. Yeah. Because I want you to keep coming back and not to have a reason to not. You know. So it's again, consistency across everything.
100%.
It's key.
100%.
Well, listen, brother, it's
been a pleasure.
I feel like I've talked to you to death here, man, but love working with you, man.
Thank you very much.
People come down to Rockello, check it out. It's food's great, atmosphere's great. I'm sure there'll be
greatest supplier in UK as well.
Yes, brother.
Appreciate it, brother.
Love it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on another Chef Life podcast. I've been your host, Alistair. If you'd like to learn more about our business, you can visit us at www.cottagefoodsLTD.com. Give us a follow and a like on Instagram, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.